Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we discussed about few basic terms related to web design, and we learned about how to create a new project, how we can create a new application, and we learned about the basic folder structure. Basic folder structure, that means two important folders we created in a project. What is that? One is public folder, another one SRC. Later, so many other folders also will come. Initially, we have this, and we discussed about what is a web page. And web pages are categorized into two types. What are those? One is static page, and another one dynamic page. Static and dynamic pages. So we need to understand the difference between these two. Already yesterday I have given you overview on what is static and what is non-static. Technically, as we already discussed that, so static means continuous memory. Non-static is discrete memory. That means we call it as a dynamic, not continuous, disconnected memory. And now we need to understand what is a static page and what is a dynamic page. Simple point is simple. For example, we are having a web page. For example, we are designing a page. So we have a web page. And usually, a lot of clients are present. So many clients are present. So many clients are present. Means so many users are present. So many users are present here. Now, if the page is requested by these users, so if the page is responding same for every user, that means for every user the response is same, then then it is a static page. Static page means it contains same information to display across any number of requests and across any number of clients. It has same content to display for everyone. You open 10 times, 100 times, millions of people opening from anywhere. Every time it will contain the same information. We call such pages as what? Static. Usually static pages have extension .html or .htm. What is the difference? I will tell you. So static pages will have two extensions, either HTML or HTML. Technically, static page contains same information to display across any number of records. For example, suppose we are opening here some website like tutorialpoint.com. When you open this page, you can see some content on that screen. Now the question here is it the same information displayed for everyone? What do you say? Is it the same information displayed for everyone? Yes, it is the same information displayed for everyone. You refresh 10 times, anybody else opens it, it contains the same information to display. Then this is what kind of page? Static page. You can see that. So that is the static page. So this is the static page, and you can see the static page have extension. Static page have extension .htm, .htm or .html. HTML. That is the extension. So online people, you have any doubts at the end of the session, we will get back to you. Don't raise your hands. These people don't understand English now. Right. Right. So here, when you are accessing the page, it contains the same information to display. Now, I will show you one more point here. For example, I am opening some w3schools.com. Suppose I open this page and I opened some page. Now tell me, is it the same information displayed for everyone? Is it the same information displayed for everyone? Initially, yes. But it will change according to your request. Because you see, there is a small editor here. What you can do is, you can open that editor. You can make changes according to your requirements. That means left side, I am changing welcome to HTML. And I click on run. It will display that message here. That means, is it responding same to everyone? It is not responding same to everyone. It is responding different for everyone. Then it is not a static page. It is a dynamic page. Dynamic page means it will initially may look same. It may initially look same, but it will not respond the same. It will have different response according to the request. When client sends a request, it will send response to the client request. So for every client, it will have a different response. So these kind of pages are called as what? Dynamic. We call them as dynamic pages. Dynamic pages usually have extension .jsp, .php, .asp, .aspx like that. These are all dynamic pages. You can see here. So when you are handling the dynamic pages, okay, right. So here,
Yep. So here the static pages and dynamic pages, the difference is static page have a same information, but dynamic page is changing the information according to the request. You can see now, for example, we will go into this W3 schools. In this W3 schools, I just showed you this page and you can see this is having extension .asp. So it is not a static page. It is an dynamic page. So difference between the static page and dynamic page. Static page have same information to display across any number of requests. So these pages will have extension HTML and HTML. Dynamic pages will have extension .asp, .jsp, .php, like PHP, ASPX like this. and they don't have same information to display across requests. For different client, different request, according to the request, it will send a response. For example, I will show you one more here. Suppose we opened some inoxmovies.com. This is the page. Now, what do you say? So this page is a static page or dynamic page? It is not a static page. You may think like it is same for everyone. Initially, it is same for everyone. Initially, it looks same for everyone, but it will not respond same for everyone. That means whenever everybody opens here, everybody opens, for example, I select, everybody opens, when everyone opens for everyone, the same screen will come. If you see the same screen, it doesn't mean that it is a static page. What happens here? User can select a movie. Am I right? User can select a movie. User can select a theater. User can select a date. User can select a timing. User can select the seats. And user clicks on book. Then it will respond according to his selection. Then you can observe that this is not a static page. This is a dynamic page. Usually dynamic pages, depending on different technologies. If it is designed in Java, it will have JSP. If it is designed in .NET, it will have ASP, ASPX, like that. That means depending on which server side technology is used for that. So we have two types of pages. Static pages and dynamic page. For example, I hope now you can tell everyone, suppose you opened some website like IRCTC. So that means Indian Railways website. And in that there is a page where you can see PNR status. That means you can enter the PNR number and hit the submit button. Now, very important is when everyone opens this, so is it the same information for everyone? Initially, screen is same for everyone. Initial screen is same for everyone. Remember, page is same for everyone, but it responds different. Dynamic page means don't think that it will have different information. It will respond different. Dynamic page also may look same for everyone, but it will not respond same. It will respond different. You enter your PNR number, your details will come. If entered wrong number, some other message will come. That means these pages are responding according to the client request. So these are dynamic pages. In full stack web development, generally difference is UI developers. UI developers can build only static pages. But a full stack developer can build both static page as well as dynamic page. That means as a full stack developer, our responsibility is building both static pages and dynamic pages. And very important is, for that we will learn various technologies. To design static page or dynamic page, we need the language HTML. Many times people have a wrong idea about HTML, and many times people have a wrong explanation about HTML. Majority of the people who tell you about HTML in general, they will say that HTML is used for designing static pages. You will hear that word very regularly from the people who don't know technically correct about pages. Generally, everyone will give you one point like HTML is used for designing static pages. That's wrong. HTML is required for both static pages and dynamic. Both pages are designed with HTML only, but dynamic pages additionally uses server-side technologies like JSP, like PHP, like .NET, like various Python, all these they use. So that means HTML is not just for designing static page. HTML is required for both static pages and dynamic pages. So you are first going to learn HTML in web development. This HTML is required for both static and dynamic. Even a person who is learning Java, .NET, PHP, Python like languages, he have to learn HTML. He have to learn HTML. He cannot say that I am a Java developer but don't know HTML. It's like joke. Why? Because you cannot be a web developer without the knowledge of HTML. You have to learn HTML for both static pages and dynamic pages. We need HTML for both of them. So we are going to start understanding and working with HTML now. So from today, we are going to start working with HTML. So basic introduction I already give you. One more time, I will just give you the point so that we can start practically understanding it. So first important point about HTML. First, you need to know about two terms. Already we discussed about that. What is hypertext? What is hypertext? I give an answer for that already. So the term hyper means beyond. The term hyper means beyond. So hypertext indicates that it specifies that text contains information beyond what you see. It specifies that text contains information beyond what you see. Hypertext means hyper means beyond. Hypertext indicates that it is the text which contains lot of information beyond what you see. But that means behind that lot of content is present. That is why it is called as hypertext. Already I given you a small example. So I will show you here. People who missed out early sessions, so initial demos and previous sessions, today I will give you the admin WhatsApp number. You just ping him. He will send all the videos of previous sessions, demo sessions, if you missed any demo sessions. Okay. So here, the point is, I will show you. See, we have this website, Amazon. And this website, Amazon, contains lot of contents. And this is not only the content that Amazon is having. Amazon is having lot of content beyond this. That means there is a word called electronics. There is lot of information beyond that electronics. If you click, then it will get that information and it will show. So that means it is a language. It is a text which contains information beyond what you see. That is why it is called as, this is called as hypertext. We call this as hypertext. And the second point, what is a markup language? What is a markup language? What is a markup language? So markup language is nothing but the term markup. The term markup is derived from marking up. Is derived from marking up, which means preparing content for presentation. So markup language means it is a language used for presentation. Markup language means it is a language used for presentation, where we present. So generally it is used to present on browser. browser. What is the target of markup language? Markup language is designed for presenting on browser. That means whatever you design using this language, its target is browser. That means we are preparing the presentation to cleanly present on a software tool called browser. Chrome, Firefox, all these are browsers. So markup language is a presentation language. What is difference between a programming language and markup language? Programming language will allow interactions. That means you give input, it will process that input, it will generate an output and send you. But HTML is not a programming language. HTML is not a programming language. It is just only presentation. So for interactions, it needs support of another language called JavaScript. We use JavaScript for handling interactions. So HTML is not a programming language. HTML is just a presentation language. Next important, actually basic evolution I will tell you. Evolution of HTML means just basic history, small description. We will not go in detail about that. Actually, the first markup language, GML is generic markup language. GML is the first language, is the first markup language used on internet. On internet, first markup language used was GML, generic markup language. Actually, it was developed by CERN, CERN, CERN Labs. So this is actually Council for European research and nuclear. So Council for European Research and Nuclear. Council for European Research and Nuclear. That is CERN Laboratory. It was first built by CERN Laboratories, Council for European Research and Nuclear. After that, then came the language called SGML. That is a standard generic markup language. Then came SGML. They improved it. They improved GML and they developed as SGML by adding some more new features into it. After that, in 1990, Tim Berners-Lee introduced the language called HTML. Tim Berners-Lee introduced the language called HTML. So HTML generally we call as superset. It is superset to GML and SGML. Superset means it is advanced. So it is so advanced to GML and SGML. After that, IETF, Internet Engineering Task Force. Internet Engineering Task Force developed HTML up to 3.2 version. They developed HTML up to 3.2 version. Several versions of HTML were developed by a group called IETF, Internet Engineering Task Force. IETF, Internet Engineering Task Force. So Tim Berners-Lee originally developed HTML. Later it was improved by this group IETF. After that, so in 2004, what WG and W3C took the responsibility of HTML. So started evolution. evolution of HTML. From 2004, what WG and W3C started evolution of HTML as version 4.0. 4.0. That is the HTML versions. So what WG is actually web hypertext application technology work group. What WG, web hypertext application technology work group, and World Wide Web Consortium. World Wide Web Consortium, W3C, that is World Wide Web Consortium. These two people started HTML, maintaining HTML. The latest version of HTML is HTML5. HTML5. We are going to learn this HTML version. It is simple history about HTML, a basic level history. We don't need to go much in depth about that. Just we need to know how it came, right? So first it was GML, after that SGML, after that HTML. After HTML, so started evolution, and for several years we used this version called 4. After that, now we are using the version HTML5. So HTML5 is the latest version of HTML. Still on internet, you can expect more than 60% of internet is with HTML4 only. HTML4. But now recently all websites are built with HTML5. We have to learn both things, because even you learn new version, sometimes you have to maintain or work on websites which are older versions. That is the reason you have to have knowledge of both. So when we are learning HTML5, we will go with both versions only. I will explain which is new, which one is old. We will continue with that. So we are going to learn HTML5 means we are going to learn both HTML4 and 5. Both versions we are going to discuss. Now this is just evolution. Now very important point is what is there in HTML to learn. That means what it contains and how it presents information. For that, you need to understand very important concept. Let's see. That means how it is going to work. See, this is very big concept and very important architectural concept. For example, see, we are having a browser. Browser is a tool from where you access internet, all your websites and all. Usually we have several browsers like Chrome, like Edge, like Safari, like Firefox. So many browsers are present. Generally, what happens is every browser that you are using, usually every browser have a engine. Every browser have a engine inside it. This engine is responsible for processing, compiling, translating everything, whatever you send into browser. So every browser contains a browser engine. And unfortunately, browser engines are not same for every browser. Browser engines are not same for every browser. Every browser have a different engine. Due to this, compatibility issues will come. As a web developer, you will face this problem very regularly. You will face this problem because you written some code and that code is working on Chrome browser, but it is not working on Internet Explorer. That will happen. That is the reason as a web developer, when you are learning development, you have to learn, is this code suitable for every browser or not? If not, then alert that user saying that for this you need this browser, otherwise you cannot access that website. This is very common. That is the reason you open Gmail on any browser other than Chrome, then every time you will get a suggestion from Google people saying that please use Chrome. You will get. So regularly you will see that message saying that please use Chrome. Why? Because they designed all the Google products suitable for their browser Chrome. If you don't use that browser, several options will not work properly. Then you cannot complain on that. You cannot complain on that because already they given you a warning saying that Chrome is best for our website, so better use it. Even when you are trying bank applications, see, scroll entire down of bank application, bank websites and observe. At the bottom, they will give some messages like, this website is best viewed on browser Internet Explorer 12 version higher, or some Chrome or higher. So why? Because every browser is having a different engine. I will show you that practically also. But don't worry what I am writing here, just see the concept. You don't need to worry what I am writing here, just see the concept here. In this, I am writing a small heading, right? Here I am writing some like date of birth, and I just given some date. Actually, you see now I am opening this on a browser. Currently, I am opening on a browser called Edge. In Edge browser, date of birth, you can see a calendar came, so that I can select it from the calendar date and it will be there. Same website, same page, I will open in another browser called Internet Explorer. I am opening in Internet Explorer. This is Internet Explorer browser. In that I am opening the same, but here date picker is not there. Calendar not there. That calendar is there in my Edge browser, calendar is coming, but in Internet Explorer it is not coming. This problem is very regular. As a web developer, you cannot just write what you know. You have to write what every browser can understand correctly. You should not use every type of option that you know in HTML. You have to use the standard options which are understandable to all browsers, because every browser have a different engine and they can't understand HTML in a similar way. That's one major problem you will face while working with HTML. So this is just only one point I told you. Actually, every browser is having an engine. So what is the responsibility of this engine? I will tell you what it does. Every browser is having an engine. So browser will have an engine. Now what happens is, you are developer and you are designing a page. You are developer and you are designing a web page. Page means here we are designing a web page. In this web page, we are writing something like, so paragraph hello. I am just writing something like paragraph hello. When I write this, what happens now? So I just written this paragraph hello. In a document, we written this. That means in a document, we designed something like this. Now what happens is, first it goes into this engine. It goes into the browser engine. That means when you request that page, what happens is, it will go to this engine in the form of binary. It will go in a binary form. Whatever you are writing, it is not directly understandable to any computing systems. You know that every computer system can understand only binary, 0101 format. So this content, whatever you written, that means actually this P, paragraph, hello. This is converted. This is converted into binary. It is converted into the binary form and it is transported to this engine. It is transported to this engine. What this engine will do? What this engine will do is at the first stage. So stage 1. At the first stage, what that engine will do is convert this binary into characters. What engine will do is in the first stage, convert this binary into characters greater than symbol P and less than symbol and H, hello, like this. It will convert those binary into string. The binaries are converted into characters. Binary is converted into characters. Remember, so it is converted into characters. Everything is converted into characters. Okay. After converting into characters, second stage, next stage, what happens is stage 2. In the stage 2, second stage, these characters, separate characters are there. Greater than, separate, P separate, every character is separate. These characters are combined. Into tokens. These characters are combined into tokens. Token means greater than symbol P and close. This is one token. And after that, we have hello. That is another token. Hello. After that, another ending token will come /P like this. This process of converting characters into tokens is called as tokenization. Tokenization is the process of converting the characters into tokens, and these tokens are often called as tags. So technically, tags are tokens. Remember, we are discussing a very high level architecture. People who are working on HTML also don't know this. They don't know this. People who know HTML from several years, ask them what is tokenization. Nobody will answer you until or unless he is very expert in web development more than 15-20 years. He will not give you an answer what is tokenization. I am taking you one step forward to understand how browser works. Nobody knows how browser works. Nobody have an idea of how browser works. Even he is a web developer. I am giving you this idea because you need to have a clear concept. What is tag? So now very important. When it becomes a tag is actually the process of tokenization. Before tag, what it is? Before tag, it is character. Before character, it is binary. It comes from a binary, from binary to characters, from characters to tokens. These tokens also not understandable to browser. Browser cannot understand these tokens. Then what it will do is, in the stage 3, third step, what it will do is, it will convert tokens. It will convert token into nodes. Nodes means parent-child nodes. It will convert into parent-child nodes. These nodes are called, they are often called as elements. These nodes are called as elements. That means now tags are converted into elements. Now browser, what it will do is, these elements that you written, even I written a paragraph, even I written only a P here. P represents actually paragraph. Even I written a paragraph, browser will not print only paragraph. What it will do is, it will create a hierarchy. Of elements. Hierarchy means we will have window. In that window, we will have document. In that document, you will have paragraph like this. It will create a hierarchy. In that hierarchy, this document contains body. This document contains body. Window is represented with HTML like this. That means even you written a small paragraph, that paragraph is not directly presented. It is kept in a hierarchical order. It is kept in a tree structure. It is kept in a hierarchical order. This hierarchical order of arranging the elements, this hierarchical order is called as DOM. We call this hierarchical order as DOM. Generally, this is called as document object model. DOM is document object model. Document object model. It is called DOM, document object model. So that means HTML. If anybody asks what HTML contains, HTML contains elements, not tags. HTML contains elements. What browser can understand? Browser can understand only elements. Is there any order for elements? Yes. What is that known as? The order of arranging elements, the hierarchy of arranging elements is called as DOM. That means HTML is all about designing the DOM and presenting the DOM. DOM is a structure of document. DOM is a structure of document. HTML is designing document in a hierarchical order, and that hierarchical order is called as DOM. You can see here, remember, majority of the people who know HTML, if you ask what is HTML, you will get one answer. HTML is collection of tags. That is what you will hear from them. But HTML is not collection of tags. HTML is collection of elements. And elements are arranged in a hierarchical order, which is called as what? DOM, document object model. You can see here, observe now, this is a page. In this I written hello. I written only this hello. I written only paragraph hello, and I will open this in a browser. I will open this in a browser. Browser is also showing hello. I just written a paragraph hello. Browser is also showing hello. But right click inside this page. Right click inside that page and select inspect. Select inspect. When you select inspect, you can see there is a elements category. You can see there is elements category, right? There is no tags category. There is nothing like tags category. You have elements category, and see the elements is only paragraph is there. Is only paragraph is there? No, it is having a specific structure. You designed only paragraph, but it is having a specific structure. HTML head, the body, inside it paragraph. This hierarchical order of presenting, that means this hierarchical order, this entire hierarchical order, we usually call this as, what is it? DOM, document object model. Document object model. So HTML is all about DOM. That means learning HTML is learning about how to present the DOM. I will show you a basic point here. Means a small architectural diagram here. Just what I explained to you, I will just give you that architecture diagram. Yeah, so this is how actually, this is the browser architecture. You don't need to know this much in depth about browser architecture, but this is enough. This is browser architecture. This is browser. This is not required entirely for you. This is not required entirely for you. So only few things you need to understand inside it, because this is for very experts in development, and later you will come across with these options. As of now, as I already explained you about the point, you can see actually, I will tell you the entire process also. This is the technique actually. This is the parsing technique. So first important point is, whenever you are writing something, first it is in the form of what? Bytes. It is in the form of bytes. Whenever you are writing anything, it is in the form of bytes. So I will write that here. Yeah. You can see that it is in the form of bytes. This is in the form of bytes. In the form of bytes. After that, the bytes are converted into characters, and the characters are converted into tokens, and this is what start tag P, after that hello, end tag, something like this. After these tokens are converted into what? Nodes. Nodes are arranged in a hierarchical order. That hierarchical order is called as what? DOM. We call that as DOM. But with this, it's not finished. So much work happens in the background. That means, see, that is the basic architecture actually. We will see more things here. So observe here, see. Actually, what happens is, after converting this into the DOM, that means DOM is ready. That means it arranges everything into a DOM. After DOM is ready, that means after the document model is ready, it's not done. After the document model is ready, it will prepare a layout. It will design a layout. A layout is created. Layout, you know the meaning of layout. Layout means presenting in a specific structure. Layout is presenting in a specific structural format. That is called as layout. It will prepare a layout. Actually, this layout contains information like HTML. It contains information like HTML. In that HTML, you have some head. In that, you have something after head, you have something like body. Later, you will learn all this. Don't worry. I'm just showing the structure point here. Here, we will have a paragraph. Here, we will have a hello. Like this, it will design everything. This is called as layout. Later, you will learn about this layout. After preparing this layout need to be, after preparing the layout, this layout need to be presented. On your browser screen, it need to be presented. That process is called as painting. That process is called as painting. Painting is the process of now final presentation. That means after creating the layout, this layout need to be presented on browser. That means it will paint that layout on the browser screen. That's what you will see generally. That means whatever you are seeing on browser screen, that is actually the painted content. The painting comes from layout. Layout comes from DOM. DOMs comes from nodes. Nodes comes from tokens. Tokens comes from characters. Characters comes from bytes. That is the order actually. You can see that. That is, you can see the painting mechanism. You see, generally what happens is, let's open this. Just I typed hello. I will open this. Currently, you can observe, right click and inspect. When I right click and inspect, you can see in this, so many categories are present. In that, you have elements category, and you can go to the category network. Go to this network category. You have so many other categories also. Generally, network category is for knowing how much time it is taking to load and all. I will take you first there. Go to the network category. After going to the network category, once refresh this page. Once refresh the page, then page is loaded, and you observe at the bottom, you see there is a message, DOM content loaded. There is a message at the bottom and it will show that DOM content loaded. That means DOM loaded. That means it is loading the complete structure. And to load the DOM content, how much time taken? It is showing that it taken 134 milliseconds. That means the content is ready. But actually, before load this content, so much thing will happen. I will take you to one more location here. You can see here we have another category. You have various categories here. So like sources, like console. So we will go to one more category where you can see the profiles actually. The memory, yes. Yeah. This is snapshot. We don't need currently snapshot. We will go to this application here. Yeah. Now see what happens is I will take you to this look. Means all are not required for you. One option is enough that I will take there. Okay. You can see here. Yeah. Take a snapshot. Yeah. See, there is a category called memory. I am clicking on this take snapshot. Click on just take snapshot, and it is taking the snapshot of that developer tools disconnected. I will take you to a simple one, because you can even see the painting approach also. I will show you that. Chrome. Let's open that hello dot page. And inspect. In any browser, developer tools are present. Already we saw that developer tools are present in everywhere. Okay, observe carefully here now. So here, there is a category called performance. There is a performance category. I am clicking on record. You see it starts recording. It is profiling. We will wait for few seconds, at least 10 seconds we will wait. After waiting for 10 seconds, I will stop. 10-15 seconds after waiting, I will stop here. Okay. Now it is loading the profile, and when it loads the profile, you can see the process here. In this process, it is showing so many details. That means we requested, observe carefully, we requested this page. And what is the page requested? Index.html. This is the page we requested. When we requested that page, you can see that lot of details are created for this. You have an option called GPU. When you go to this GPU, it will show the performance, how much seconds it has taken to load. These are all very much confusing for you at this level, right? You don't need to understand that much. Only the point you need to know is when you refresh that, it will show this point saying that DOM content is what loaded. Any browser will show you that information, DOM content loaded. You can see that information from network category. In performance, you can also see the painting mechanism that I will show you later, not required now. That means I told you that layout will happen, painting will happen. That layout and painting requires some more options to understand. In the next level, I will show you that. That means you can see the process called painting. Actually, this is the process how it works. Generally, how the process works. So this is the process how it works. This is the rendering path. Generally, we call this as rendering path. In this rendering path, what happens after DOM? That's what I told you. After DOM, it created a layout. Understood? After creating the layout, what is the final stage? Paint. Paint means it is presenting the content. And this DOM is having certain order. So that means an order of arranging the elements. I will show you that order also. Because these are all basic things you have to know before going into HTML. I will show you the DOM order now, how it looks like. Actually, the DOM order looks like this. This is the DOM order. This is how the DOM looks like. JavaScript DOM. Yeah, this is the hierarchy actually. This is how the DOM looks like. This is the DOM, document object model. That means entire content is arranged in this hierarchy. You are going to learn about this. You are going to understand. So HTML is all about presenting DOM. HTML is all about presenting DOM. This is the hierarchical order of DOM that you will see. You will understand what is window, what is elements, everything we will discuss about that. So learning HTML is not about learning tags. Understood? HTML is not collection of tags. What is HTML? Yeah. So HTML is a collection. HTML is a collection of elements. Understood? HTML is a collection of elements arranged in DOM, right? DOM hierarchical order, which is DOM, document object model. Document object model. Document object model. DOM, we call that as DOM, document object model, arranged in DOM. And what is the basic process? That means HTML rendering. In notes, I will give you those presentations also, right? On Monday session, I will share you Google Classroom link. Monday, we will see Google Classroom link. In that, all our classroom related notes and updates will be there. And there I will upload all the notes till now what we discussed, everything there. You can get it from there. So Monday, I will give you the classroom link, not GitHub, right? GitHub is only for demos. From Monday onwards, for registered people, we will have separate classrooms. I will share the classroom code with you, okay? And in HTML rendering, what is the process? HTML rendering process. So what is the order for this? In HTML rendering process, that basic process you have to know. I will give an order for this. First, what? Bytes. Bytes are converted into characters. Characters are converted into tokens, and these tokens are converted into nodes. So nodes are converted into DOM. DOM is designed in, actually it will go to a process called rendering. After rendering, it will convert into a layout. This layout is finally presented in a paint. This is presented. This is the process. So here you need to know this rendering process, how the process happens. That means when you write, it comes in a bytes form. Bytes are converted into characters, and this is all done by whom? This is done by browser engine. Browser engine. Browser have engines, and the browser engine is responsible for doing all this. So a lot of other important points are there. We will discuss about them, right? Now, by seeing this, you have to understand that HTML is a collection of elements, and very important, HTML elements are classified into following types. We have normal elements, we have void elements, we have RC data elements, we have raw text elements, and we have foreign elements. Elements are classified into 5 types. HTML is a collection of elements, and elements are categorized into 5 groups. All elements of HTML are categorized into 5 groups. We have normal elements, we have void elements, we have RC data elements, raw text elements, and foreign. That means the elements that you are going to learn in HTML, they belong to any one of these groups. Either normal or void or RC data or foreign. We will see what they are. So we will understand what are these various types of elements. Let's see. First, you need to understand. That means, remember, before practically writing anything, you should know the architecture behind it. So why we have to learn so much? Because two kinds of people will be there generally in interviews, for a fresher and for experienced person. For a fresher, concept based questions will be there, but for experienced person, you can't ask which tag is for heading, which tag is for paragraph, right? That means then what is asked for an experienced person in interviews? Architecture. That means many times people ask like, sir, will you send us interview questions and answers? Because you don't come out of your school days, na? Right? Your school days, college days, question banks. That is the reason you ask, sir, will you give us interview question? What is it? It is an interview question bank. Then interviewer will ask questions from that question bank. Right? That's foolish thing. That means there is nothing like interviews, questions and answers. Right? The interviewer will interview you based on your skill level. He will change the questions. He will change the questions. First question he will ask and he will understand your level. After that, he will change the question levels. Right? That's the reason. The point here is, for example, see, suppose there is a team lead in a company. Team lead means he is already working in company for more than 10 years. He worked on 5-6 projects. Already he done several projects. He is working in some Wipro. Now he is changing his company. He is going to IBM. So directly they will take him. They will conduct interview to him. That means we have questions for a 15 years experienced person also. Understood? That means you may have a doubt like 15 years experienced developer, what should I ask him? He might know everything. No. We have questions for even a project manager also. We conduct interview for a project manager also. That means we have questions for a project manager. That means, so any computer subject means concepts are very huge. They are very complicated. So we can go very in depth about the concept that even 20 years experienced person also cannot answer it. He may not know that area. Because from 15 years he is working on a technology, then he will be working only on what he need for that particular project. He don't know everything. That's the reason we have questions for everyone. Then freshers questions concept based. Experience questions complete architecture based only. Architecture based. That means every question for experienced person related to architecture. That means your technology is this. I will ask you architecture of that particular technology. How compiler works, how browser works, how browser engines works, all these things. You need to know that. That's the reason this is very important. So that's the reason I am classifying the content. We are going in that level, right? From basic to advanced, everything we are discussing. And many people who know HTML, they are still confused about why a tag sometimes requires start and end tag. Sometimes it doesn't require an end tag. Still, people who are working on HTML also, they have still that confusion. Why this is not having an end tag? Why this is having an end tag? For that, we have some architectural reasons. Architectural reasons. If you know that, you can answer that point. That is what we need to understand by using these normal elements. What is normal element? So what is void element? I will show you this point so that you can easily understand the difference. For example, here I am typing something, welcome to HTML, and it is a markup language. Markup language. Just some sentence I typed. In this sentence, I am here before HTML, I am writing some B. I am writing some B. I am writing that B. So this is actually B is used for bold. Bold. Bold is a normal element. Bold is a normal element. Normal element means usually, technically, what is normal element? Normal element is nothing but it starts, it returns a presentation. it returns a presentation directly on callback. It returns a presentation directly on callback. It returns a presentation directly on callback, and it will not stop the presentation. It will not stop the presentation. It will not stop the presentation. It will return a presentation directly on callback. Callback is nothing but, in computer technologies, callback is a mechanism where you used some option and that is returning some result. That means you used something and it is returning some result. This mechanism is called as callback. Later detail you will understand those mechanisms also. Initially, see what happens now. I return bold. Am I writing any extra attributes for bold? I am not writing any extra attributes for bold. I return only bold. There are no extra attributes. I return only bold. And observe carefully. Normal element means it returns a presentation directly on callback. It will not stop the presentation. It will not, so it doesn't require any additional attributes. It doesn't require any additional attributes. It will directly present directly on callback. It doesn't require any additional attributes. You can see now. You can observe here. I am not using any additional attributes. I am writing just bold. And you can see now. You can see it is going to present that bold. It is going to present that bold and it is continuing. It is not stopping. The bold I given only for H, but it is continuing up to end. It's not stopping. A normal element starts presenting. It will not stop presenting. We have to stop it manually. And to stop it manually, you need an end tag. End tag is written like this. Same tag with a /b. We generally call as end token. We need an end token. This end token tells that now stop here. If you don't use an end token, it will continue. So that means I use that end token, then it is stopping there. You can see it will stop after HTML. It will not continue that bold to all. So normal elements can directly present some presentation. They directly return some presentation without any extra attributes they return. And what problem with normal element? They will not stop presenting. You have to manually stop the presenting. That's the reason normal element requires a start and end tag. Understood? It requires a start and end tag. Usually we write like this: B and this is start and /b. This is end. This is end tag. That is start and end tag. So normal elements are HTML elements which can return a presentation directly on callbacks. And usually normal elements, once they started presenting, they will not stop presenting. We have to manually stop them. For that we need an end tag. Now void element. Actually the term void indicates no return type or value. Indicates no return type or value. Void indicates no return type or value. So actually void means void discards the return value. So that means void discards, that means it dismisses the return value. It will not return anything. So void element cannot return any presentation directly. cannot return any presentation directly on callback. That's important. It cannot return any presentation directly on callback. It requires additional attributes. It requires additional attributes. I will show you that it requires additional attributes. Another important point is it returns and stops the presentation. It returns and stops the presentation implicitly. Implicitly means internally. It returns and stops the presentation internally. That is the reason it doesn't require an end tag. It doesn't require an end tag. Void elements will not return any presentation directly. So because the void meaning is discard the return value, discarding the return value, it will not return anything. I'll show you this how it works. That means why it is called void element. Why it is called void element. Let's see now. So this B I return directly without a end tag. I return. It is returning bold. It is returning bold. I am writing here IMG. IMG is used for image pictures. I return that IMG and you can see, is it returning anything? It's not returning anything. Bold is returning. Bold is returning a presentation, but IMG is not returning anything. That means now you have to tell explicitly what to return by using an attribute. By using an attribute, you have to tell what to return. So it should return. So some public or SRC, suppose some image, we keep some picture here. Temporarily, I will keep some picture here. So later you will learn about those pictures and all. So temporarily I will keep some image there, some image here, some shoe. Okay. And I keep that image here and I am writing here. So it is shoe.jpg. So width 100, some height 100, something I am giving attributes. And very important is initially it is not returning anything. And you asked it to return this. Then it will return it and it will stop it. That means you don't need an end tag. You don't need an end tag because initially it is not returning anything. You have to tell what to return. Then it will return it. After returning it, it will stop it. Then it doesn't require an end tag. You can see it presents. If it is not a void element, if it is a normal element, this shoe image should repeat until the end of document, until the end of page. That shoe image should repeat again and again. Like bold, how it is repeating up to the end, it should repeat. It's not repeating. That means void elements cannot present anything without an attribute. You remove these attributes, but element is there. Image element is there, but it is not having a presentation here. It is not having a presentation. And what it has to present, you have to tell it. What it should present, you have to tell it. Then it will present it and it will stop. You don't need an end tag. You don't need an end tag. This is very important. So these kind of elements are called as, it is often known as self-ending element. Self-ending element. It is often called as self-ending element. So which element doesn't require an end tag? Void elements. Void elements don't have an end tag. Why? Because they don't return anything. And after you tell what to return, they will return and stop. They don't need an end tag. So that is why the void elements are not having an end tag. They are self-ending elements. One more important point is that currently you see we are using a language HTML. For this, we are using a browser. We are using a browser, Chrome or Edge browser, to watch it. For designing, we are using an editor. Designing, we are using an editor. What is this editor name? Which editor we are using currently? Visual Studio Code. That is the editor. HTML built by and developed by whom? What? WG. These people are building HTML. And the editor that you are using, that doesn't belong to them. Editor that you are using, that doesn't belong to them. That means what? WG don't have an editor. They don't have editor. They just developed a language and they say that whatever editor you want, you use. That means, unfortunately, we don't have editors specially designed by the people who built HTML. That means people who built HTML, they haven't provided any editor to us. That's the reason our choice, we are using various editors. Now, what do you think? These editors know everything about HTML? No, they don't know. They don't know. After all, these are also developed by developers like you. That means they are not perfect in understanding HTML also. For example, see, I am writing here, John. In HTML, there is no tag called John. But when I write John, automatically it will put an end tag. That's all nonsense, right? That means what? It's not a tag. Why you are writing like a tag? It is suggesting like a tag because it doesn't know. These editors don't know about HTML. You are just using them. They are providing some help. That help you cannot blindly use. You have to know, is it correct or not by yourself? You have to learn it. That means you cannot depend on these editor suggestions. That means in the list it is coming, I am selecting and it is not working. You can't complain. Why? Because in the list they will give you so many things. It's not mandatory that everything should work. Because they are not specially designed with every feature developed by HTML. In that case, what happens now is, as per these editors, for example, if I write BR, suppose I written BR means line break, something like this. Now, editor think that I am missing an end tag. Editor generally thinks that I am missing an end tag. Editor don't know that it is a void element. Then what happens is, many times when we run this, it will show warnings, not errors. It will show warning saying that, are you missing end tag here? But why you are suggesting it doesn't contain end tag? As a developer, we know that it doesn't contain end tag, but this editor don't know. That is the reason. Now, developer have an habit to tell the editor that it is not having any end tag. It is a self-ending tag. Then he will write like this. Understood? That means this is not required. Browser can't understand this. Browser can understand only IMG. But our developers have an habit of writing like this. Many times. Why? Because some editors don't understand HTML properly and they will immediately show error, warning, saying that end tag is missing. But we know that it doesn't have end tag. Then how to tell the editor that it doesn't require end tag? You don't worry. Right? Then we have to use this /. This indicates that it is a self-ending element. And observe carefully. Browser don't know this. Even HTML also don't know. This is our developer's invention. That means our developer's invention. We created this. Even browser don't understand this. Observe carefully now. Suppose I am writing some welcome. So after that, hello. I am writing here hello. So then after that, I am writing again BR. So how are you? Something like this. And I will remove this, keep that image, no problem. So here, observe carefully. So one I used with the /, another one I used directly. In the output, you can observe here, it is printing like this. and right click and go to inspect. In the inspect of elements, you see there is no slash for BR. There is no slash for image we written. Then why you are you to write? Right? You are writing by yourself. You are wasting your time. You are thinking that something will happen. Nothing will happen. Right? Browser cannot understand that. That means you don't follow these type of nonsense regularly. Why? Because people give suggestions. And sometimes in interviews, this is also asked as a question for fresher. Because they have to understand what is difference between BR slash and BR slash. It is only BR. BR slash is just it. So this is one important, any void element, that means it can be written as like this. Understood? Don't use it. It is time waste. Not only if some technologies will force you, saying that in my technology and without end tag I don't allow. But in HTML, in reality, there is no end tag. But that into compiler process, it is unable to stop because of no end is there. Such things will happen. For example, you will, when you learn a technology called React.js, when you learn React, use a concept called JSX, and it will not allow tags void. It will not tags void. That means HTML don't have end, but React asks that I want end, because my compiler, the people who are using HTML in React.js, it is not for everyone. It depends on the technology which you are using. This is void element. Another basic two options are there. One is, so actually rich content elements, actually rich actually are elements you are going to learn. Before going to learn these elements, you are typing some P. So this is a paragraph. This is a paragraph. You see, this is a paragraph. We have P paragraph. In this is a paragraph. In this paragraph word, I am writing in bold. That means we are trying to use an element inside another element. Now the question, is it possible? Not possible every time. Not possible every time. If the parent element is an RC data element, it will not allow any another element inside it. If parent element is not RC data element, paragraph is not RC data element, then it will allow. Then you can see it is allowing bold. But I am writing this in text area. Text area is also for presenting text. But this text area is an RC data element. It will not allow any another element inside it. Now you can see that it will not allow that bold. It will use that also as plain text. So a developer should know first whether he is using an RC data element or non-RC data element. Because if he is using an RC data element, make sure that don't put any another element inside it. If you put, no use. It will be converted into plain text. So RC data elements are the elements which are used for presenting only plain text. They will not allow any another element within the context. We call these elements as RC data element. Example for this is text area. Text area. That is an RC data element. Another important, raw text elements. Raw text elements. raw text elements. Another important raw text elements. Raw text elements are the elements that present by using raw text. So no tags required. They don't need tags. That is the reason if anybody says that HTML is collection of tags, we can prove that wrong every time. Every time that point is wrong. You should never say HTML is collection of tags, because in HTML you can present so many things without tags also. For example, see here, raw text elements means, suppose you see here I am writing, so copy semicolon copyright, and I am writing 8377 semicolon. So 45 some thousand like this, comma 00.00. This is how we are writing here. Now you see here, this is normal text. It is displaying this normal text. Copy is a normal text, raw text. And this also some raw text, normal text. And you see here, I am just using an ampersand before these two. Is it a tag? It is not a tag. But see here, they will be converted into these symbols. That means we are using some raw text for presentation. And we call these as raw text elements. The raw text elements are these. Raw text elements are presented by using what? Ampersand. These are enough. Foreign elements you will learn later, not now. That we will learn later. What are foreign elements and how to deal with them. So these are all types of elements. Now once you know this, we have to start learning and working with these elements one by one. That we will see from Monday onwards, right? So today enough, and Monday we will start practical now. All this is required for theoretically understanding. Now Monday onwards we will learn how to design a HTML page, right? How to design the pages. Monday we will continue, right? Yeah. So one important, I will give the number, right? The people who missed out, so you can get this WhatsApp number of our admin. So this is our admin WhatsApp number. You can get his. Yeah, this is the number. So you can send this. This is the WhatsApp number. So Ramesh. So you send him the message. And he will send you all the videos. Videos related to previous sessions if you missed out anything. And Monday we will continue with that. No? Right.